So I'm back, and she basically said, oh, it could be your fault. And I talked to my aunt about this certain situation at one time, and she basically told me that no, this is one thing this friend shouldn't have said to me, because I cried when I came home. And at the time, because I'm always looking for like a sign from God and stuff, at the time I thought that she was like, God was working through her. And I became friends again with my ex because of this friend. Which, I mean, I'm not saying maybe I should have become friends with him again. Maybe God was working through her in that way, or maybe God just intended for me to be friends with him again. But for her to say that something like this could be my fault upset me. And I thought about it more and more, and it kind of pissed me off. And so lately I haven't been having anything to do with her. Like, I thought I was going to go to her church, and I ended up going back to my other church. But just recently, like yesterday, I started thinking about it a little bit more. And hold on just a second. I realized that if you let one thing that somebody says to you determine whether you're going to be friends or not with this person, and upset you so bad that you're going to hold such a grudge or something against them, that you're just going to completely not have anything to do with them like ever again, then that's kind of not right. And this friend, I don't want to believe, this is one kind of eye opener, that this friend is not necessarily right about everything. It just freaking, kind of shocked me, because I just want to believe out of anybody that this one friend, I'd never have to worry about anything her ever saying being wrong or whatever. But that was one thing that she said that was wrong. And now I just kind of feel like I just can't even put it past her to not be like possibly a backstabber or something, because you never know. And so all I can do is just continue to be friends with her, but just kind of watch out and not even put it past her, because sometimes, even the little things that people do, you try to overlook it, but it turns out that those little things hurt you, and they weren't right, but you overlooked it, and then you pay for it later. And so another friend, she was like my closest friend ever, besides the friend I had in 7th grade. And I was trying to get a job in the same place that she worked in, because my neighbor happened to give me the application. She's the kind of person, she's going to be like bluntly honest and stuff with people. But in a way, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat it and say in a way, but she tells people's business way too much. And that's just a true, honest fact. And I'm not going to deny that. And that's how I feel, and I'm going to say it. She told the manager that yes, I was a hard worker and everything, but I had anxiety issues. And she had told me before, because I was going through a breakup, and it was one of my friends that I'm not even friends with anymore that was actually there for me at the time, and those two can't stand each other, or at least they couldn't anyway. I think personally it's because they're so much alike and neither one of them will admit it. But she said that, oh, once she changed, I told her I was still upset over the breakup and stuff, and she said, oh, but once she changed and you become a different person or something, then life will be great. Saying I need to change like I haven't changed. And we were talking to each other. I don't think that's anybody's place to say, especially if they haven't even talked to you in a long time. And she was like, one of my friends pointed out that like she was more the dominant person in our friendship. And in a way, that can be a good thing, but in this case, I feel like even though she would give me compliments and raise my self-esteem, she'd end up lowering my self-esteem too. And for her to tell the manager of this place that I had anxiety issues without my permission, I mean, I appreciate her talking to the manager and stuff and telling her that I was a hard worker. But no, that wasn't the manager's business, and I don't appreciate her telling the manager that. And so that probably screwed me out of a job right there. I feel like she's the kind of person like she can be a really good friend, but she can also stab you in the back too, and then make it seem like it's all your fault. Because I was talking to her, and I could be completely wrong, but this is just what I'm saying, and I'm tired of sugarcoating things and stuff. And I give people a lot of chances. And I think you should give people some chances, but I feel like there comes a point when you just gotta stop with that and just avoid that person. And that girl has finally reached the end of my rope, I feel like, just about. And so anyway, she basically, she said, I was talking to her on the phone after she told me what she told the manager. She was just rude to me. Last thing I heard from her was, I gotta go to bed. Bye. And that was that. And she hung up and she hasn't called me ever since. Which I know people get busy and she's got a job. But for her just to hang up on me like that, because I got back together with my first ex. And I was just trying to explain to her about how we're trying to make things work. And she's like, oh, you know how he is and stuff. And I know I did go complaining to her a lot about my first ex and my boyfriend now. And I talked to her a lot. But for her to, even if I don't agree with something somebody does, I don't have to get mad at this person because they're not going to take my advice. I'm a stubborn person anyway, and I'm not going to take everybody's advice, even if it's good advice. That doesn't mean that, I didn't need to talk to this person and hear your advice. It just means I didn't take it. And if you get mad at a friend for not always taking your advice or whatever, then that's just you wanting to have the upper hand all the time and undermining your friend and feeling like you're better than that friend. And not wanting anything to do with this person because you feel like you're better than them, basically. And I feel like everything she said could kind of give me a whiplash at the same time. It's like a compliment with a slap in your face afterwards, kind of. And so, yeah. And it hurt for a long time, but now I'm just kind of mad about it. And I realize, even with a friend, stages of breakup, it's like you have a stage. It's kind of like with a friend, you have stages of after a breakup. Like you have your hurt and then you have your anger, and I've had my hurt and now I got my anger, and it goes back and forth, but eventually, at the end of the day, I just gotta let it go. And you gotta realize, that yes, you never know what the future holds, but I should have stood up for myself a lot more than I did. And by me not calling her again, and just leaving it at what she said, and just not saying anything else to her right now, I think is the best thing I could do, honestly. Because I don't want any more drama. I feel like I've had a lot of drama, and drama surrounds her, and a lot of drama. and our friendship, because, and you know, me, one time I just told her I wasn't going to be her friend, and I didn't even get her the chance to respond, and we stopped talking for like about a year, and then we all of a sudden became friends again back this summer, and then she just stopped talking to me again. The first time it was my fault, but this time it's her fault. So I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm just not even going to try. Anyway, then I had another friend, the friend that this girl didn't like. She was like my little sis, and we've been friends for like 3 years, and her family told me I was basically family, and I basically kind of lived over her house because I spent the night over there so much and hung out at her house so much and everything. Never once did she hang out at my house, so. But it hurts more because her parents were so good to me and stuff, and they bought me stuff for my birthday and everything, and just would do anything for me just about. And I wasn't always comfortable with that, but yeah, it did mean a lot to me, you know. But I basically just got tired of her attitude, and I'd get tired of her attitude a lot, but I just didn't say anything, and so I just started to tell her what I didn't agree with and what I did agree with, what she did. But I just got tired of her attitude because I felt like she was being plain rude, and I felt like even with this last boyfriend, she could kind of do like my other friend did, and she could like give you like a whiplash, like she could, it's like a compliment with a slap in the face kind of thing with her also. Even though she was there for me and stuff through the breakup, I feel like she told me something that wasn't her place to tell me, and I might have done the same thing for her, but at the same time it was wrong. She shouldn't have told me that, and I think she was the person that asked this person first about my ex and told me. And I think she wanted me to break up with him, like she wanted me to break up or not be with my boyfriend now. And I just had it up to here with her attitude, and I just told her when she was in the car with her parents, you know, part 4.